Just when I thought Sega had put our maraca shaking amigo to rest, they proved me wrong. Samba De Amigo is back, maracas in hand, ready to serve up some rhythmic action. Now the questions today: does the format still hold up after all of these years? And how do these controls translate to the Switch Joy-Con? Well, that is what we're here to find out. My name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, and if you do enjoy the video today, hit subscribe, it helps us out a huge amount. So let's take a trip down memory lane to the year 2000 when Samba De Amigo, originally an arcade sensation, made its grand debut on the Dreamcast. Now I was fortunate enough to own this game and I loved its unique accessory, a pair of maracas. Despite their novelty, I remember them performing well, and now they've replicated this same concept with Joy-Con, even if they don't look half as good. Now the game's premise was a simple one, akin to popular titles like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. You basically had to hit notes, or shake maracas in this case, in sync with on-screen markers that represented the rhythm of a song. Now this new entry to the series, it's retained this core concept while also attempting to expand upon it. So the on-screen action for the inputs is identical with this new entry. It's divided into 2 low, 2 middle and 2 high circles with markers flying towards them. These markers not only indicate the rhythm of the song but also dictate how we should position our hands. You know, high equals vertical, middle equals horizontal, and low means pointing downward. Its simplicity is one of the most appealing factors of Samba De Amigo. Anyone can give it a shot, provided they are comfortable with the idea of looking like an idiot as they wave their arms around. So what's new? Well, we now have the original notes alongside poses and something we'll call paths. Now poses are straightforward, and on-screen character demonstrates a move and your job is to mimic it. It could be anything from a wild arm swing like they just don't care, to a directional push, or maybe even a squat or jump. Then comes the paths, which are simply directional cues that you need to follow. Add these 2 elements to the existing gameplay, crank up the difficulty, and you've actually got yourself quite a decent little workout as well as a party game. It culminates then with special notes. Hitting one of these triggers gameplay tweaks or mid-song minigames. For instance, the song might accelerate or decelerate, or you may be required to strike particular notes with a specific maraca. My personal favourite's a short baseball game that allows you to accumulate more points, and then also a high five section where characters zoom towards you for a virtual high five. These are just fun little diversions overall that definitely break up the gameplay. At first glance then, you might think Samba De Amigo Party Central is a simple game with a few songs and difficulty options, but it actually goes the extra mile in relation to modes. Like sure, there's that traditional gameplay mode, but it also offers several other options. One standout feature is the extensive career mode, where you work on building a fanbase on a social network called Amigo. How do you do that? By conquering songs and challenges such as hitting a series of perfect notes or achieving a streak with no misses. Now as you do progress, then the game rewards you with increasingly challenging options, but of course it will reward you with more fans in return. That's not all either. The game packs multiplayer too. You can either engage in a local duel with a 2-player support, or take the party online with World Party mode. This quickly became a personal favourite. The main option here is a knockout tournament where you and 19 others battle for the top spot with high scores. Rounding out the package then is a gallery and several unlockable cosmetics. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the controls. If you're seeking a Guitar Hero-like experience where you can chase absolute perfection, this may not be the game for you. While the controls are generally functional, they aren't exactly the epitome of precision. The game sometimes just struggles to register whether your arms are high, mid or low, often opting to give you the benefit of the doubt. There were also instances where my actions, despite being accurate, were not recognized by the game. This can be frustrating if you're aiming for a flawless performance. However, once I shifted my mindset to simply enjoying the fun of playing around with a Switch and the TV, I found the Samba De Amigo experience I was expecting, and that really was just having fun solo or with friends and family. My wife, for example, doesn't game, but she was more than happy to give this one a spin. I also then want to highlight the use of HD rumble as well. They've done a great job here to represent the shake of a maraca, somewhat replicating what you would expect from the real life scenario. I will also note then, for those that are curious, there is an option where you can use a controller instead of motion for those, let's say, perfect runs, but that removes the essence of what makes this a Samba De Amigo game. Now, one final tip as well, do explore the options and adjust the delay settings, as different TVs and monitors, they may cause a lag that could affect the game's ability to accurately judge your movements, and this it's coming from someone that faced that very issue. One of my favourite features of Samba De Amigo then is its stunning visuals, seamlessly blending the familiar with the fresh. The game takes full advantage of modern hardware to deliver a visual experience that is as vibrant as it is crisp. Each song is set against a unique backdrop of different bands and locations, adding a layer of charm that often had me distracted from following the on-screen notes. It also featured some visual aids such as on-screen maracas, allowing you to see exactly how your movements are being registered. This is topped off then with easy to navigate menus, cosmetics, and a lobby system for online play that displays your ranking and character progression. With all of this said then, a music game is only as good as its soundtrack, and while Samba De Amigo's selection is what I'd call satisfactory, it does lean towards the generic. The soundtrack includes a mix of recent pop hits, light rock and dance music with a few SEGA classic themes thrown in. Do note however that most SEGA classics are exclusive to the Deluxe Edition, which will cost you an extra $10 at launch. You can also expect then song packs in the future as paid DLC. The rest of the audio then is understandably simplistic. We get an audio cue for a shake of the maracas and confirmation of notes. We also get some basic audio responses on menus, and occasionally there will be some minor character voiceovers. As it stands today, Samba De Amigo Party Central makes its mark, and I'm giving it a good 7 out of 10. It's essential to recognise that this game is not solely about precision, it's more about immersing yourself in the festive world. The key really is kind of setting your own expectations. While it may have its quirks as well, particularly in the controller department, it offers a unique experience that's going to be hard to replicate elsewhere. This game just brings back memories for those of us who have played its predecessor, and it's going to introduce new players to this incredible cast, and I'm really excited to see that. However though, if you're the type who's after pinpoint accuracy and wants a challenge where every motion is critically evaluated, then there are other rhythm games in the market that are gonna be a better fit. If you are however looking for a game that's all about just the fun of the music, the joy of the movement, and the experience of playing with friends and family, then Samba De Amigo Party Central is well worth considering. There's also the element of nostalgia, of course, as well, on my final point, but something I have to admit to and account for here. You know, it's a trip down memory lane for me, and if that's the case for you, you're probably going to gravitate more towards it, like myself. It's also, though, been mixed with fresh features that do, once again, make it feel relevant. I rarely buy DLC, though, but I'll be there for the upcoming song packs as well. That is how much I enjoy this cast. So will you be picking up Samba De Amigo Party Central? Let me know in the comments, and also, do you have any memories with a game like me? I still think Dreamcast was one of the best systems ever, and this is one of the reasons. So with that, if you enjoyed the video today, consider subscribing. It helps us out a huge amount, and here on the channel we have reviews, deals, news and lists daily. I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.